Well, today on Nation, a window cleaners podcast, we're going to talk about the single way you can double business of your window cleaning company. I'm not kidding you. This is not clickbait. This is not a lie or some weird snake oil or anything you even have to buy. This is a free way for you to double or more your complete window cleaning company instantly by this one trick. So if you're a window cleaner or in any small business, stay tuned to WCR Nation. What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com, and you are here. What is up? If it's your first time here, have a look around. Hopefully you enjoy things. Hopefully it doesn't suck, and you got 8 years of content to follow up on. By the way, 8 straight years of this podcast. So if you really want something to listen to, go back, listen to it all. If you're on Spotify or wherever you're listening, follow, subscribe, do all that stuff, comment, because, it's awesome. Anywho, today we are literally talking about the greatest thing you could ever do for your business. Now, I know that's a huge claim, but I'm telling you right now, if you've listened to any of my shows, you've heard about the dentist close before. But if you've not implemented it right, I am going to change your life. I promise you. But you got to do it right. And you got to listen to the show to kind of figure it out. I know I've talked about dentist close before, and I'm guessing you've probably listened to some of my episodes on it. But so many of you are not doing it still. And I want to know why. Tell me if you're in the comments, comment on why you're not doing this. But I have to tell you from start to finish how to do the dentist close, what it is, why you're going to make more money, how you're going to blow your company up. And anyway, so I'm going to dive into it right now. And I want to start by saying you don't have to listen to me. I'm just a dummy who talks to himself in a room, right? But if you want to increase business, which I'm thinking most of us do, if you want to be more secure, if you want to just have a better forecast, or you spend all this money getting these people into the company, start cleaning their windows, they like you, they trust you, they love you, they're happy, keep them. The biggest difference between a job and a business, as I always say, is that a job is just you go there and do that day, right? Say you get a window cleaning customer or pressure washing or house washing, whatever you may do. And you do it and you're like, okay, cool. Well, if you need us again, let us know. What do? You stop and then you go try to find more customers. A new customer will always cost you 7 times more than a repeat customer. So why are you putting all this effort into getting new customers instead of utilizing the customers you have? And that's basically what I want to talk about. But the dentist close is basically you understanding in your head. It's why it's called the dentist close. It's just a dumb term I made up. But when you go to the dentist, by the time you're done, by the time you even see the actual dentist for his 30 seconds, they already got your next cleaning scheduled. And you don't think anything of it, right? You don't look at it and go, well, they're just trying to make more money out of me. I can't believe it. Every 6 months? No, right? The confidence that they have, too, is absolutely why that works. Who came up with, I have to go to the dentist every 6 months? By the way, if you're not, I think you should. Don't get me wrong. But who came up with that? Dentists. Who told you need to have your windows cleaned every 6 months? Well, no one told me. No, it's us. We're the pros. They're going to ask us what happens. Now, I'll tell you this. If you're not convinced of why you should be doing window cleaning customers every 6 months, it's hard water will build up. Dirt will build up. The happiness that we give our customers, it could be done every 6 months. Why are people waiting 2 years? It's because getting dirty in the windows is uniform, right? It's dust. And then when it rains, the dust then concentrates into droplets. As the water removes, then you have droplets. It takes a while to really see it. But windows get dirty the next day. They start getting dirty, right? If somebody wants to hire me every single day to do it, cool. I'm not going to complain. But the dentist close is exactly that. We're the ones that are the professionals. We're the ones telling them that's what should be done. You're like, oh, well, you're just trying to make more money. Well, A, yeah, but B, I want to make my customers happy. Every person you have ever talked to, when everything's done, you're like, okay, did you go look? Oh my gosh, it looks so nice. Oh, my plants are going to grow so much. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, thank you guys so much. They're happy. Is that not true? If you've ever done a job and they're like, yeah, I guess, whatever, it's fine. We're a luxury service. If somebody's saying that to you, they're probably not going to hire you because they don't care. But B, also, you might be doing something wrong, right? So everybody we talk to is happy. Everybody we talk to is super stoked. We are just giving them happiness again. And every 6 months is not out of the realm. You have seasons. You have spring, summer. You have fall, winter, right? If you clean in the spring, that hits you all the winter grime, right? And you're good through the summer when, things are kind of bustling. They're out and in and out, blah, blah, blah. We get back to fall, which is the 6 months. Now that gets all of that summer grime, all the dirt and dust and fields and pollen, all that's gone. Now you can go through the winter. Right? It's just that easy. It's really, really, really something that people they have a problem with, and I don't understand why. But anyway, enough of that. I've talked about kind of why you want to do it, but let's jump in. This is how you do it. This is how you're going to double your company. All you do is that when everything's done, every customer that you've ever done, more than likely, or any customer that you ever will do, you have a spiel, a thing you talk about in the beginning. Hey, my name is Jersey with XYZ Window Wash, and we're here to do blah, 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 right? You give them their bill, you do all that stuff. At the very end, you go, okay, Mrs. Jones, we're all set. We're packing up the truck right now. Did you get a chance to look around? Yeah, everything looks so great. Oh, it looks so beautiful. My plants are going to, okay, awesome. That's great. Well, remember, if you see anything, spot streaks or smears, we have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. You're going to see different lights than we do. You'll see it in morning, noon, and night. And if you see anything that you don't like, please let us know. We'll come back, make that window look perfect for you. Oh, no, everything looks okay. Perfect. Awesome. Well, great. I just need to collect the satisfaction form and then the bad news, the payment. Ha, 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 ha. All right, cool. Well, awesome. So for your next appointment, did you want to do that in 3 months or did you want to wait 6 months? 6 months gets you to September. That would be the 7th. It would also be a morning appointment like you had today. Got it. I am absolutely confident. The way, if you talk to somebody who's like, well, I tried it and, 1 out of 10 people, it's because you're doing it wrong. If you ask, and did you want to get your windows cleaned again in like 6 months or no? Or did you want to wait longer? If you do that, then the people are like, well, he's telling me I want to wait longer. I'm going to wait longer. It's how you're doing it. Right? We give the 3 month and 6 month. A lot of people choose 3 months. That's cool. But most people are going to do 6 months. The way that I worded that whole thing is I'm pushing them into the 6 month because it's farther than 6 or farther than 3, right? They're more comfortable with that. And I know that 6 months is our most common, right? I'm going to know the date because I got my schedule. I know exactly what 6 months about is. I know that if I'm there on the morning, I'm going to look at what's available, a morning appointment from 6 months from now. If they go, you know what, mornings are actually a little bit tough. Can we do an afternoon? I have an afternoon one also. Yeah, that would actually be the 8th, though, of September. It'd be afternoon between 12 and 1 o'clock. Does that work? Right? They're not thinking about a yes or no. They're not thinking about, well, no, I'm not going to do this. We're not going to. Your confidence is just like at the dentist. We know this is what it's going to do. The confidence in how you word things. So many people don't understand that the way you talk and how you talk and what you say and how you say it is how people react. If I say, what's your favorite color? It's going to take you longer to figure it out. Gosh, I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite color. Whatever. I guess it's red, right? It takes you longer. You're more confused. You have umpteen decisions to make. Most people, if you ask that color, unless they're really, really fanatic, they're going, I don't know. I don't really have a favorite color. Guess it depends, right? But if I say to you, which color do you like better, yellow or blue? Well, now I asked you one of two questions. One of two answers is what I'm going to get. Yellow or blue. You're not going to say red. You're going to say, well, probably blue. I guess yellow's a little bit loud for me, or whatever. You could be on anything, right? What's your favorite food? Oh, I guess it depends on what I'm in the mood for. What do you like better, pizza or ribs? Oh, man, I am a pizza fan, right? Easy. I've given them one to answer. If I say, what's your favorite food? What do you like better, pizza or ribs? They're not going to say no. Understand the conversations work that way. So when you're asking questions, you're conveying that, right? If I say, what do you like better, pizza or ribs? You don't go, bologna. That just doesn't happen, right? How you ask the question is where you get the response. So many of these people who are out there, they're like, I don't know, it doesn't work. And then I said, well, tell me your spiel. Well, I go and they're like, did you want to get your windows cleaned again? Did you want to set something up again for the next window cleaning? Did you want? Well, that's a yes or no question. You didn't ask a date. You didn't ask anything. And because of the low-key part, now they're always going to say no. No is the default. Like, when you walk into a place to talk to somebody for the first time, they got their arms crossed. Oh, yeah, we're looking to, do you need a window cleaner? They're going to be like, no, we're good. They shut it down. That's just the default, right? Yes is a commitment. So instead of that, we don't ask that to have a shutdown. We give them a choice. Do you want it in 3 months or 6 months? And I'm going to give you more information on 6 months. 6 months is actually September 7th, and that's going to be a morning appointment again between 9 and 10 in the morning. I also don't ask, do you want that? Or yes or no? Or anything like that. I'm not trying to get a no or yes. I leave it up to interpretation in the answer. Did you want to do it in 3 months or 6 months? And then I give some information. The question was 3 months or 6 months. It wasn't no. It wasn't anything weird. And if somebody's like, well, you know what? Actually, we're planning on selling the house, so we're not going to. Oh, no, not a problem. Not a problem. Well, if anything doesn't change, please do let us know. We'll follow up with you again, Chuck. On your new property, we'll give you a free estimate on that one, too. I'd just love to be your window cleaner for life. So please keep me in the loop, and good luck on selling the house. Hopefully this helps. Okay, I'm not pushing it. Okay. I'm going to put them into something, and then my spring and fall calls, I'm going to call them, right? If you're doing a phone list or phone blast or a call list, blah, 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 when you get everybody in, you're going to miss maybe 1 to 5% of people. Yes, it's that crazy. You will close 90+% of the people you ask that question to in the way that I asked you. You'll get 90% of them. So you got a couple people who say I'm moving, or, I actually don't know. I think we're doing a trip, and that might be, whatever it is, I'm going to put those people on that rotation. Say, hey, you're not scheduled for a cleaning. We just want to see if we're wanting to, I'm going to call them in spring, and I'm going to call them in fall. So there's always that backup plan, because so many of you are literally cleaning a place, and then you're like, okay, cool, let's go find another customer. What? Like, new customers are great. But what if you had 100 customers and you did those 100 customers every 6 months? The 100 customers turned into 200 jobs. I'm guessing that most of the customers you have now, if you left this to your own demise and you're not doing the dentist close, most of them do not have the cleaning done more than once a year. Is that a fair assumption? Yes. So on average, before we started the dentist close, it was about 2 years. We get people, a lot of people did it every year. Right, every spring. Well, we'll talk to you next year. But then, spring got pushed late, and then they were like, we're not going to actually do it this year. We're going to, That's because it was up to them. I could take somebody who was doing it every 2 years and now do it every single 6 months. I just did 4 times the amount of money that I was doing yesterday. 4 times if your average is 2 years. Even if you're like, no, all my customers do it once a year. Really? Well, check the numbers, you're wrong. But if that's the case and you go to 6 months, guess what? You just doubled your company. Now, can you still go get more new customers? Of course. If you're growing, put on new crews, awesome. But guess what? The majority of a customer, 90+%, when you get a new customer, they're getting into your web, and now that customer, however much you spent, well, I'm spending, $500 a day on Facebook ads, I'm getting a couple customers. Well, when you look at that and you go, well, okay, so I'm doing X amount of ads, and my cost of acquisition, which I hope you know those numbers, it's $112, but our average ticket's $299, so we're, profitable. Okay, But what if you did that $299 every 6 months? Well, now the cost of acquisition, it's $112, we'll say. And every 6 months you have them for the next 5 years? That's 10 cleanings? You said your average ticket's whatever? Say it's $299, we'll say, for even numbers, $300. If it costs you $112 to get one job, you're profitable. Good. But if you get the same job and you lock them in, again, there's just no contract, there's nothing. It's how I ask, it's how happy they are. They're going to sell themselves. If I do that and say I keep them for 5 years, that's $3,000. My $100 acquisition, instead of making $300, I made $3,000. That's every customer now. Understand the scope of this. To have a customer that long, every 6 months, to have that frequency. I want to go into the psychology and troubleshooting, all that stuff, but let me just take a second and tell you, yes, shameless plug of the day, am a rep for windowcleaner.com. It's literally what I do. So if you get any value from any of these shows, by the way, this is more preachy than normal. Sorry about that. But let me put your orders in. It literally costs you nothing extra to have me put your orders in. It's as easy as you just text me like, yo, Jersey, put my order in. My number is 862-312-2026. Not only does that lock you in to the sales, by the way, don't text me at Saturday at 4 in the morning and like, can you put my order in it? And then like at 4:15, you put it in yourself and go, oh man, I don't want to miss the sale. No sale has ever in the history of our company ever ended in the middle of the night. And here's the other thing. If you text me during a sale and you're like, hey, you get locked in, even if I place it on Monday. Anyway, let me put your orders in 862-312-2026, please. I'm begging you. I would like to make money. And by the way, you get to name your cart, and you guys have been going crazy with the funny names on your cart. So thank you for all of those. Also, if you haven't gotten it yet, get a subscription to the American Window Cleaner magazine. It's awesome. Throwback issue. I'm really actually excited also for August's issue, right? August? Yes. It's going to be a great one. I won't even tell you what it is, but super awesome. Go to awcmag.com. Get the subscription, get the stickers. Sticker packs. We have tons of stickers. Buy those too. Also, as you know, I talk about Jobber. I have a link probably in the bio. If not, message me. But it's like 20% off of the best CRM I've ever used. So, yeah, look at that. And by the way, I get credit for every time you guys order through that link too. So, be double awesome. Be triple awesome. Anyway, okay. So we talked about why it works the way that you do it. But the psychology side of it is that I'm directing the conversation, but I'm also directing my knowledge, right? If somebody comes to you and they're like, hey, what's this like water drops on this? You're like, oh, it's our water. What are these little black specks? Is that bee poop? No, that's artillery fungus. It's from the mulch, actually. We can take it off the windows. We have to use a scraper, razor, but on the siding and stuff, it's very hard. Really? Oh, wow. From the mulch, yeah. Actually, it's a little bit of a fungus, and those spores that come off, they're like seed pods, and they break in half, and then half of it sticks to stuff. So you see these little half globe things that are stuck to everything. Oh man, wow. Guess what? I just showed them I'm smart. I just showed them I know what I'm doing. It's the same thing when you pull up to a job and you pull out a water fed system, and they're like, oh, shoot, this guy does not have an old wooden ladder and a rag, like the difference between you being a professional and you just kind of doing stuff is so easy. If you go to a mechanic and you're like, hey, what do you think of my brakes? Are they good? Yeah, they're good. It should last a little longer. Or no, actually they need to be changed. You can see here's the pads. They're worn down to that squeaker plate or whatever it's called. And definitely need to change that out. You'll probably notice your pedal doesn't go. Oh yeah, okay, let's do it. Does the guy make money by doing a brake job? Yes. Are there shady people out there? Sure, that they lie to you. We're not lying when we say 6 months is a good option, right? I didn't even lie to you because I'm telling you which one do you want, 3 or 6 months, right? The psychology side is they come to you because you're the pro. You get window cleaning. You get how to clean windows. You know how to do it efficiently. You're not leaving streaks. 50% of people, probably more, will say to you like, I'm looking to get a window cleaner that's not leaving streaks. Like, with what you use, does that not leave because they've had streaks? Of course not. We have 100% streak-free guarantee. Say that 5 times fast, right? You're the professional. So the professional is what gears the conversation. If you go to an optometrist, you ask them questions and you follow their recommendations. Every now and then somebody doesn't, If you go to even a restaurant and you're like, hey, what do you like here? Oh gosh, I get the club sandwich. It is so good. Get it with like a little toasted bread and blah, blah, blah. And I love the truffle fries. They're so good. I'll do that. You even listen to the waiter or waitress. So when it comes to your business, all of a sudden, I had somebody say this, and I know the guy. I don't even think he remembers saying this to me. But he said, well, I don't ever bring up cleanings, and I don't call or bug my customers. I don't send them marketing material. If they want me, they'll have me. And his company still, it's him and a helper. After he's been in business probably 15 years. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. But if you're trying to grow, right? Another piece to this whole thing that you don't even think about is remember January 1st. It's very hard to think about it now, but we're in the kind of dog days of summer, so it might be easy. But think about in January 1st, the calendar rolls over, you blow your little tootie horn and you're wearing your funny looking hat, and you have no jobs on the calendar except for your commercial stuff. Understand how weird that is. As a company, you start, if we just didn't get any customers or anything back, we have, $10,000 on the book for the entire year. So that means that every single year, you have to go find all these people, which, by the way, if you're doing and you're getting new customers and you're advertising, which I always think you need to do, that still comes in. Say you get 5 new customers a month on whatever you're doing, just for even numbers. You're going to get 5 new customers regardless if you're working a ton trying to get these other guys back or if you're doing the dentist close and you have everybody on. Now those 5 new customers a month are in the web and they're going to be every 6 months also. Understand how much this will change your company. In a service company, so many people, they just kind of go with it, right? Because we don't have, you don't buy shirts, right? If I buy a shirt for $5 and sell it for $10, I still have to buy the stock. And if they don't sell, I'm stuck with the stock. We sell our time. So in our heads, there's less of an emergency because we're like, well, we'd like to make money, but if I sit around one day, I don't really lose anything, maybe a little bit of operating costs, It's a messed up mindset. And a lot of us do that. But we also don't really realize what we could do to change that. The biggest companies, the most successful and strong companies will have this in rotation. They're pushing this. The reason is that I can start, I'm wearing my funny hat and I'm blowing my little toot toot thing just like you. You started in the year and you got nothing. You're like, it's going to be a good year. Last year was good. So in turn, that means this year is going to be good. I'm going to sit there and be like, I already know on the books right now, if I do everybody that's there, I have $483,000 on the books ready to be. You're like, what? You're starting the year with that? Yeah. I know out of my $483,000, I know that if I can get a 10%, 20% growth on top of that, I know with my new customers, we get them in. Yeah. I know my cost of acquisition works to be $112, but every time I get a new customer in over 5 years because of my dentist close, this isn't me guessing. That's a $3,000 job. I make $3,000 over 5 years by spending $112. Well, if you're doing that, instead of making $300, where after you pay and stuff, it's like, well, every time I get a new customer, it's like $50 new. I gotta get them another time, and that would make it really. By changing out the mindset, how you do this, you change everything from how much money you make to your forecasting, to your security, to your strength, to the value of your company when you sell it, including new crews, right? If I know going into it, got my dumb hat on, my tootie toot, and Happy New Year, I got $480,000 in the books because I did that last year. I had 2 crews. With growth this year, I need to add another crew. I know that because I already got $480,000 on the books. I know I'm going to get stuff. I can still focus on all this other stuff. And here's the thing. You have 100% of your time. If you're taking 50% of that to try to get these people back. Like, oh, I call them and I find them. If you already do that, take that time to hire new customers, find new customers. If you don't spend time, because the 6-month close is always happening, they're always in rotation, you're not really chasing a bunch of the existing customers. Imagine if you could spend all of your time on new customers. Now, instead of 5 new customers a month, it's 10. Now you get those into the rotation, and guess what? Now I got all this money, this capital, whatever. Now I can hire a salesperson because I know I have $480,000 on the books this year. I know what my margins are going to be. I already know without doing anything else. I know that this is what I'm making. So many people start the year and they're like, well, this year we're going to do, $312,000 this year. How do you know that? Well, with projections, which you're guessing, because a projection is a guess. Well, yeah, but last year we did 280, and with growth we think 312 is a fair. So how much do you have booked now? Well, right now we have $3,200 on the calendar for the year. This is how every customer or every company has run, ever, until the dentist close idea. When you see these big companies, like, man, you're doing like $6 million a year? How are you doing? Well, $6 million means they have $3 million worth of customers because they're doing it every 6 months. You're like, that's a crazy number. It is, but understand that the more customers, the more jobs, the more income, the more you can spend, right? If I'm making, again, good profit margins, everything else, if I'm making $100 profit in a year, guess what I can spend on advertising? $100 is it. But if I have $500,000 of profit, how much can I spend on marketing? If we build the A and B, right, in the split testing side, and we put it all together and we know what our ads are, I know that if I spend more money on that ad, I know I'm going to get more customers, right? Cost of acquisition is $112. Again, stupid exists. Math. Say that every customer, we'll say this a little bit easier. If I spend $100 a day on Facebook ads, these ads I've been working on, okay, $100 a day, I know that every week I'll get 2 new customers. We'll say that's be better, but 2 new customers for $100 a day. In those customers, $300 average ticket, $600. So that means for the week, I'll have $600 worth of new customers. And that's it. If I get them in a dentist close, that means I'm going to get $1,200 a year for as long as I keep them. Now, with that being said, I don't have to worry about forecasting and planning. That's all happening. A big chunk of that is happening. The other side of that is that if I know that I'm getting 2 customers a week, averaging $1,200 for the year. For a week. Did I do that math wrong? 3? No, I think I did. Yeah, 3, 6. Yeah, $1,200. I did the math right. $1,200 a year for 2 customers that I get. I know, okay, before I had $100 a day, what if I spent $200 a day? Well, now I double it. Okay, so now if I doubled it, now I'm getting $2,400 a year every week. Oh, all right. Well, now I'm making a bunch of money. Those people are all on the schedule. I know I'm making $480,000. Now I can spend $400 a day. Understand that there's a cost of diminishing returns at a certain point. We know that you're going to be better at your ads. You're going to put the things out. But understand that if you already have that in, and I already got $480,000 that I'm probably going to make this year, not even probably, I'm going to make this year, then I know that my marketing budget will be based off of that. And I can spend it now because I know it's already booked. I'm not spending my money, my time, my effort into getting those people back because it's already there. It's crazy. It's so crazy that people don't do that. And the biggest thing that makes the difference between a successful dentist close and not is the confidence. The way you tell them, not even ask. The way you tell them, the way you get it out. I'm telling you, if you want to make a change in your business this year, do this. Do the dentist close. Do it confidently. Really. Fake it till you make it, baby. Do it confidently. And it will change the way you... I get text messages. I text like 50 to 100 people a day. It's pretty, regular. Maybe not just text, but text, calls, chats, right? 50 to 100 different window cleaners a day. And the number one thing by far that people tell me about is the dentist close. Dude, I started doing this dentist close. It is a game changer. I know. I don't want to be confident in that part. I'm super excited for your change and the mental side of it, but be a business owner and not have a job. That will change. You do this. Do it for 1 week. Tell me I'm a liar. Do it for a week. It's easy. You can do it for a week. If after a week it changes your world, do it forever, right? Anyway, I appreciate all of you being here and listening and everything else. And listen, I am a rep for windowcleaner.com. And shameless plug number 2, I make money by putting orders in, even though it doesn't cost you anything. Literally, it's the same price if you do it or if I do it. And instead of clicking go, you click save this cart. It's the same effort. I make it easier. Make sure you have your free gifts, and you'll get a limited edition cool kid sticker if you remind me. Let me know. And I get money for it, and I can continue living. And it's kind of like a cool high five that you guys give me for content. And this is why I do content. Obviously to help people, but in turn, I also make some money, putting orders in. So do it. It takes a second of your time, and literally it's the same amount of time by doing it yourself. Don't forget about me. 862-312-2026. Let me put your orders in. I make my cheddar, and I can continue living. So thank you. Also, another way I make cheddar is to go, and anybody who buys a subscription to the American Window Cleaner magazine also does that. So do that. Plus, you get an awesome magazine. It's literally mind-blowingly amazing. Like, even if it wasn't just window cleaning, it's pretty awesome. So go and get that. It's awcmag.com. Get the stickers. Do it. The cool kids are doing it, man. And, until next week, I hope that of all the dumb things you've ever heard me say, I hope this one resonates. I hope that this is the one that you try, and I hope I can change your life. So go out there this next week. Promise me you'll do the dentist close on everybody. But more importantly, promise me you'll go out there and be epic.